Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to the marketplace. Coming up, government worried about negative impact on Cedi as it seeks more dollars to finance imports to avert food shortage.
So one other ways the economy will be affected is from the perspective of foreign exchange. People are complaining the Cedi is getting weaker against the dollar. The rate is higher against the Cedi.
Also, Bank of Ghana introduces additional avenues for dollar auction to commercial banks after IMF lifted restrictions on market interventions. Plus, Cedi depreciation to continue declines 24.5% to dollar since the 1st of January this year. My name is Darryl Kwao. Thanks for joining us. Details coming up. Thanks for staying with us, everyone. First up, government is worried about the negative impact on the Cedi as the country seeks more dollars to finance food imports. The country is currently racing against time to avert a food crisis from next month due to the dry spell in the northern part of the country. The development is expected to increase our import bill in the coming weeks as government works to deal with the expected grain shortfall. Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam is Minister of Finance.
When you see food shortage and therefore the effect on prices, you should expect that inflation will respond and will respond in the way that you do not want. Then we are also talking about bringing in food for the market and also to provide food reliefs. I'm here to discuss with the minister how we are going to source the food. He may be running away from mentioning imports, but we already import a lot of our food. And so one other ways the economy may be affected is from the perspective of foreign exchange. People are complaining the Cedi is getting weaker against the dollar. The rate is higher against the Cedi. And so if you are going to bring in more food to support what we already have, you need to back it with Forex. And therefore the demand for the dollar will certainly increase relative to what we anticipated if we didn't have to meet the additional food requirement, some of which may come through imports. And so, in different ways, the economy is going to be affected.
Meantime, the Bank of Ghana has introduced additional avenues for selling dollars to commercial banks. The move, Joy Business understands, is part of efforts to deal with the spike in demand for dollars in recent times. Here's Georgia Fish report.
It is not clear for now what might have influenced Bank of Ghana's decision in terms of giving the commercial banks more lines to the regulator when it comes to sale of dollars. But some are already linking this development to the IMF decision to lift restrictions on the amount of dollars the Bank of Ghana can sell to the market. The central bank used to sell dollars on the spot market to the commercial banks, together with the forward auction to the bulk or distribution companies to finance oil imports. However, the central bank has introduced a separate auction platform for these commercial banks that allows them to place their request during the auction and get their dollars in 7 days. The Bank of Ghana has also increased the amount sold through these platforms for the commercial banks. Some also believe that these interventions, together with the not-so-strong dollar on the international market, has contributed to the Cedi's sustained recovery over the past 2 months.
All right, we'll have some more analysis on the city coming up, but to some other stories, Chief Executive of the Association of Oil Marketing Companies, Dr. Opong, has expressed concerns about the quality of oil supplied by Cedi Oil Refinery to oil marketing companies. In an interview with Joy Business, Dr. Opong emphasized the need for the government to prioritize the revitalization of the thermal oil refinery to improve market operations in the downstream sector.
What is very critical for us is the availability of product. Shortage of product will be a very big issue and a big national security issue even. Our issues with Cedi has to do with the fact that the quality of product that they are bringing to our marketers are not right. We've raised our issue with MPA and we have a dialogue to discuss it. We wish thermal oil refinery was working, to be honest with you, because I'm a Ghanaian and for local content purposes, I would rather we put more attention on the national asset rather than a private business. Even though PPP, is a way to go to have, investment made in any country, but why leave TOR and go support, a Chinese business who will take all the money from Ghana and take it to China anyway? And TOR has the ability to be revamped. There's no way, there's no doubt about this, but it's a government decision to make it work.
You're watching The Marketplace. So back to the story to do with the cedi, the depreciation of the Ghana cedi against major foreign currencies is expected to continue due to subdued foreign exchange liquidity. Now, last week, the local currency declined against major trading currencies as foreign exchange liquidity remained subdued. Joining us on Zoom to discuss this is Dr. Richmond Ituaine. He's a financial consultant. Good afternoon to you. And so as we have been monitoring since yesterday, the local currency has crossed 16 cedis to the dollar on the retail market. What's your understanding of what is triggering this? Okay, I think you've muted the connection. If you could unmute. All right, we are having struggles connecting with Dr. Richmond Ituaine. If you can hear me one more time, what do you think is triggering this latest decline on the cedi? All right, challenges there reaching Dr. Richmond Ituaine. We'll try and connect with him again. You're watching The Marketplace. Let's turn to other stories for you, this time to do with Ghana Association of Savings and Loans, because its Executive Secretary, Jennifer Akodwo-Abuachi, is calling for the enforcement of credit bureaus across the country to track activities of borrowers from various financial institutions. According to him, this should be effectively done to save financial institutions from increasing non-performing loans affecting the cost of operations. He spoke to Joy Business at the 8th Ghana Microfinance Institution Network Awards Night and Dinner.
There are some of our institutions who have already been benefiting from the funds that are made available through the Development Bank of Ghana. And so DBG has started, and some of our institutions are already benefiting from this wholesale credit facility, so that our institutions who know how to deliver credit best will now deliver this credit to businesses, to households, to propel the economy. And so this is something that we welcome it, and our institutions, we encourage all our institutions to take advantage of these facilities for growth. You'll realize that our sector deals with the very core of the community. And so when the economy faces some challenges, you will see it in the lives of our customers. And so we have seen that some of our customers are defaulting, but because of the robust credit systems that we have put in place, we are mitigating these defaults, and we will encourage everybody who has taken a facility from any of the financial institutions. If you think you have a challenge in repayment, approach your financial institutions, and we are sure that they will be able to help you address your challenges.
Now, Consolidated Bank Ghana, CBG, is taking a new approach to meet the banking needs of customers and ensuring that communities without banks have access to financial services. According to the bank, it is waiting for regulatory approval to begin rolling out a new digital channel to support the initiative. Managing Director Daniel Addo disclosed this to Joy Business at a short ceremony to unveil a refurbished medical lab for the Latte Health Center in the Eastern region as part of the bank's support for health infrastructure. Yes, more.
Providing banking needs for rural communities has become a challenge in certain parts of the country due to the resolve by many commercial banks to cut spending on physical buildings with the advent of digital tools. As part of moves to ensure all rural communities get access to financial services, Managing Director for Consolidated Bank, Daniel Addo, has hinted that it is on course to drive digital innovations to increase the banking population. Speaking to journalists after handing over the refurbished Latte Medical Center laboratory in the Eastern region, Daniel Addo assured that it will continue to provide easy digital tools for customers as well as providing health infrastructure where needed.
So the idea is to contribute to the health infrastructure around our branch network. So everywhere we have a branch, where there's a need for it, we will do what we can to contribute to the health infrastructure in that locality. Indeed, our distribution structure, our distribution going forward is to do more digital. Indeed, we're just awaiting approvals to launch a new digital initiative that will bring us closer to our customers and our customers yet to come. So you watch this space, you will find us very soon.
A representative from the Municipal Health Directorate has been applauding the bank for its support and called for more of such gestures to improve the healthcare needs of the area.
Initially, they used to travel all the way. When you were coming, you saw the roads. It's that bad. It's very bad. Sometimes it's when you are referring clients to Tetekwashi, it takes a longer time. Even for an ambulance to reach here, whatever will happen might go wrong. And so, in terms of accessibility, is going to help a lot. And then referring clients to go and have their labs done before you can confirm their diagnosis too is going to help a lot.
The bank is embarking on other programs to fulfill the sustainable development goals.
All right, you're watching The Marketplace. Dr. Richmond Ituane joins us on phone to discuss the depreciation of the Ghana Cedi, as we've been indicating, is declined 24.5% since the beginning of the year. What's your understanding of what's triggering this decline we are seeing?
Thank you very much. Good afternoon to your cherished viewers and listeners. I mean, it's something that I have predicted for a very long time, beginning of the year. I saw the challenge and I saw what was going to happen, and it is going to go on. The simple answer is that the foreign inflows are not there. I mean, we are not selling outside and we are not exporting. Basically, the city is now having a run because there is no supply. There is a demand. And once there is a supply and there is no demand, there is a demand and there is no supply. That comes in with the depreciation of the city. And last year, let me give you figures. Last year, we did about $8.4 billion and imported 9.4 billion, 9.8. From that figure alone, you could see why the depreciation of the city is going that way. And the way it is this year, we're not even, possibly not even making the 8.4 billion exports. To talk about the import will be going up and going up because currently there is no supply. I mean, once there is no supply, the city will continue to depreciate and depreciate and depreciate. You know, the sad thing about it, some time ago, some Ghanaians were talking about the IMF and the World Bank money coming to support the city. That is not true. If you have followed the debate and the discussion very well, you'll find out that all the money that have been paid in are being put in an escrow to meet the external debt that has to be paid off, at least the first tranche in September. So the Bank of Ghana is not intervening. The Bank of Ghana is not intervening, and that is why the city is finding its own level. So we're not going to experience, the city is not going to get better until maybe, I don't know what will happen, because the supply is not there. It is going to go on and on. And we say that we are in the import season. Everybody is importing at the moment. Their demand is there. I mean, this morning, I even had the experience of the market. I mean, I had to buy a pound over 21 cedis for a pound. I mean, that is an experience that I saw this morning, and I'm believing that it is not me, I alone. If you have to settle any small debt or any small payment outside, you're not going to be able to get the dollar or the pound or the euro. So I think the worst is yet to come.
Well, and as we keep monitoring the forex market, the dollar going for 16 cedis, 14 pesos. You talk about imports. At the beginning of the bulletin, we heard the finance minister talk about the move to import food as a result of the crisis that we are facing right now. How is that going to exacerbate the challenges with the city?
Thank you very much. I think it's going to accelerate the depreciation of the city further, because you don't have enough, and the little you have, you use to import food. I mean, this is what that we've been saying over the years. In most of my deliveries, I've said that we need to have a strategic focus for export. Unfortunately, even when you read all the things that people have been writing, there is no single line that will tell you there is a serious economic diversification. We've all depended on cocoa. We depended on gold. And as I've told Ghanaians before, if you export 10 billion worth of gold from Ghana, you only get about 15% of it. If you do the cocoa is about 1.3 billion. Now, what would have shown the currency would have been the remittances. Unfortunately, there is so much leakage on remittances. If the remittances were being scooped very well, I believe the city would not have found its level as it's going. So therefore, your answer, I can tell you that, as the minister is even saying that we are going to import maize and corn and rice and what have we, the city is going to depreciate further. And that is the thing that Ghanaians, we should learn. All those coming looking for power should believe that the city determines how good the country is. So if you're not putting not making a strategic effort to show the city, to back it up, then we are in for trouble. We are in for trouble. And I believe that all the politicians who are speaking, the question that you journalists should be asking them, what is your remedy, short-term, medium-term, long-term, to this city depreciation over the years? And if they don't have it, then I don't see what they are talking about, because it determines the economic fundamentals of this country. When the city is not doing well, prices go up. Now that we are going to import rice and further maize to compound the city problem, we don't have the resources. The little that you get from remittances, the little that is left for the cocoa, or the little that you get from going to import food. So I believe that those who are clamoring for power should come clear and tell Ghanaians, this is our strategy to address this issue. It's not just borrowing. Previously, we borrowed to show the city. Now we cannot have access to the market. The city is now finding its own level. So I believe that those who are clamoring for power should tell Ghanaians, all Ghanaians, that these are strategic thinking, and that is the way we're going to do to stop the city sliding. Other than that, if we don't take it, by the time we get to December, the pound will be about 30, and the dollar will be about 21, because the demand is more than the supply. Simple economics.
Meantime, we understand the Bank of Ghana is seeking additional avenue for selling dollars to commercial banks to deal with a spike in demand for dollars. How effective is this strategy?
You see, we have a Latin called Nemodat non cum ebet. No one claims what you haven't got. What Bank of Ghana reserves is about 3.1 billion. And we are in import season. We are not talking about Bank of Ghana intervening of 200 million. We are talking about Bank of Ghana ability to to go into the market strategically. What I mean, you have to do a lot of intervention. And as I've told you, after the debt restructuring, all the money that people have been talking about, World Bank money coming in, it's been escrowed to pay the first payment of the Eurobond in September. Bank of Ghana can intervene as little as they can. They cannot do far more exceedingly above. So, but the Bank of Ghana intervention for me is not anything we should dance about it, because it is not going to mitigate the depreciation of the Cedi against all the trading major currencies.
All right. Thank you so much for your time, Dr. Richmond Etuahene. He is a financial consultant. Hopefully next time we'll see your face on Zoom. I appreciate it. Well, turning to the exchange. Today on the exchange, we are focusing on the looming food crisis. And as you may have heard from the beginning, government is banning the export of some grains, including rice, corn, and soy, to avert a drought-induced food shortage. Now, drought and near-drought conditions over the past 2 months have increased the risk of crop failure in the northern part of the country, responsible for about 62% of Ghana's grain production. Chairman of the competitive African rice platform, Ghana chapter, Yao Edupoku, joins me on Zoom to discuss this. Good afternoon to you. How devastating has the dry spell been for rice farmers?
Viewers, it has been a bit unnerving, but it's a natural occurrence. So we're taking it in our strides, but it's going to affect the delivery of grains this year. As to that, we have to prepare ourselves.
How significantly are the losses going to affect food supply? All right.
Yes, a little bit of the issues.
Yeah, so I was asking how significantly are the losses going to impact food supply?
Well,
it doesn't appear that technology is our friend today. Yeah, Edupoku is frozen there. You can imagine the connection is not too good. We'll try and re-establish contact with him on phone. I think that would be best. A time for a timeout. We'll be right back after this break. Don't go anywhere. All right, welcome back to the marketplace. We're really timed out, so we promise you we're going to bring that conversation with Yao Edupoku, who is the convener of the Rice Millers Association, the impact of the food shortages on the farmers and what it means for supply as well. In the meantime, you can get up to date on all our stories on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. Cedi depreciation to continue depreciates 24.5% to dollar since the 1st of January. Also, inflation to increase 21.8% in August 2024, according to a report. myjoyonline.com/business. My name is Darryl Kwao. Thanks for watching. We will be back same time tomorrow.